Now, there's something else I'd like to express to you today, if you don't mind. A number of people, I can just turn a corner here, be a bit humorous. A number of people talk to me about the robes I wear. You know, I guess some of you aren't aware that clerical robes are in order, that Aaron was told to put on a robe when he ministered, when he came into the presence of the Lord. But I'll say this to you, I mean, all Muslims and all Muslim men, all 1 billion of them wear robes, not even the clerics, but men in general and that are Muslims and men from the ancient Near East, they all wear robes. I'll tell you what, if you can get bin Laden to take off his robe, and maybe I'll take off mine, but you know, a robe is an appropriate clerical dress when you're in the presence of the Lord. Perhaps some of you are not aware of that. A number of people have said, well, you know, Pastor Mann, and the reason why you're coming against these people, you're jealous of them. I'm no more jealous of these people than I would be of Al Capone or John Gotti or, you know, Legs Diamond or one of those gangsters. Why would I ever be jealous of someone like these gangsters and pimps in the pulpit? You know, I was arrested back in 75, down in Miami Beach for burglary. I didn't burglarize anything that night. I went out looking to burglarize a house on the beach, if you know anything about Miami Beach, but I didn't get a chance to do it. I came back and I neared my hotel room. Police jumped all over me, beat me half to death. I ran first, then they beat me half to death and broke my tooth and knocked my jaw out of joint, just beating and kicking me. Because I was out there in those white folks area burglarizing. He said, I'm going to teach you a lesson, and they did. Anyway, and then I had warrants on me from New York. I had put a shotgun in the face of a man here in New York. At any rate, and that warrant failed, so I just did some time in prison for a while. And but I met Jesus there. And one of the things I discovered during the 3.5 years I was in prison was that all the men that were in prison, by the way, back in 1976, when I was in prison, there were maybe 200,000 people in prison nationwide, maybe that many, maybe 200,000. Today, there's over 1.2 million black men alone. I mean, the prison population has skyrocketed since I was there. But at any rate, I met Jesus there, and I want you to be aware of that. I want you to know that, and perhaps some of you are just logging on and you're not aware of all of my historical background. But the Lord's called me to do this work, and I want you to understand it. I also want you to know that we can do better than this. Since a lot of people say, well, why are you tearing down Minister Farrakhan? And why are you tearing down Obama? And why are you calling Creflo and Jakes and Eddie Long a pimp? And why Kenneth Hagin and Joyce Meyer calling her a madam running a brothel? And these people, and Jackson and Farrakhan, these people have done great things. They've stood up to the white man. Can I say something to you? We are doing worse if you want to talk about the African-American people, a name which I think is disgraceful for people. But if you want to talk about the African-American people, as a group, we are doing worse today than we've ever done. And here's the stats. Now, you can't argue with the facts. There have been more men sent to prison since the Million Man March than there ever has been in the whole entire history of American prison system since 1995. 1.2 million African-American men are there. And you can respond and say, well, since the Million Man March, the white man realized that we got power, so he stepped up his campaign against the black man and started arresting more of them. Oh, okay, all right, if you want to say that. But can I give you an example? When I left North Carolina back when I was 18 years old, and my brother was 9 years old, and I was much bigger than him. So when I was there, I used to make him do things. We'd wrestle. I'd always beat him. I always took advantage of him, beating him and everything. I came to New York and stayed in New York about 10 years and came back. My brother's now 19. He's 3 inches taller than me. He's 50 pounds heavier than me. You know what he said to me when I came back home? He said, come on, let's wrestle. Hey, come on, try to do some of those things you used to do to me when I was a lot younger. And man, I ran for my life because my brother was bigger than me and I knew he would beat me half to death. He grew out of being a boy and became a man, and he was able to beat me. When on earth, now y'all come up close, black folk, come up close, Rastafarians, come up close, Muslims, come up close, you whores and weak men in these churches, come up close. when, and all you Obama supporters and Sharpton followers, let me ask you a question. When on earth are we ever going to be able to beat the white man? You got to stop that. You got to stop saying he's beating you, he's doing this, and he's causing us to be this way. Okay, but when are you ever going to be able to beat him? And if these men are not strong enough to beat him and get them out of the way, get Farrakhan out the way, get Jackson out the way, and get somebody that's strong enough, that's wise enough, that's powerful enough to inspire the African-American people so we can rise up and stop being beat all the time by the white man. If that's what you think is happening, then get somebody in there who can beat them. Stop making excuses for these weak men. Farrakhan is no leader. Jackson is no leader. If so, then there wouldn't be so much black on black crime and all of these single parents, these women raising these children, 3 and 4, and women having children by 3 and 4 different men still going on in our community with Jackson and Sharpton and Farrakhan as our leader. We need to fire them and get somebody who can lead. I'm not against you. Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Stop this whining about the white man and stop supporting these leaders while we are decreasing in every stat as a people. God has sent me, and I'm not going to shut up until these men are out of the way and we can be raised up as a nation of people. I've even called for a debate with the 7 leaders. You've seen them there, here, put them up on the screen there, take a look at them. I've challenged these men to a debate at the Apollo Theater. Yeah, let them come on. Let them come with whatever they know, and let's talk this thing through. I will stand against all 7 of them, including President Clinton, who y'all used to say was the first black Negro president. I guess y'all not saying that anymore since you got Obama on your side. So we need to really, y'all black folk in African American, whoever you want to call yourself, you need to wake up. You need to wake up. We can do better than this. We can do far better. Where our leaders are ineffective. You need to have your eyes and your ears open and hear the truth that I speak. We can do far better than this.